Okay, here we go.
Look, we have our commentators back here. Look at their game faces they have on. Look at that. How serious they are.
They're so ready.
It's just so hot, man. It's
Amen
like
to
hard
that.
to do anything right this second.
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's going to have to
Did you hit record?
I think so.
There's really not a lot of options.
All right, fans, Sox fans all across the world, we are trying to get back started. We have had an overheated official. Somebody could give us a shout out on whether they can see the live stream and hear us would be great. Yeah, a little update. We've had a lot of technical situations, a lot of on-field situations. We started an hour late. Now we've been stopped waiting for a new official to show up. It's the one that was in the field.
10 minutes in, but I need to know exactly, if you don't mind. Exactly 10 minutes? He said you have the clock, so I'm just asking. I want to make sure. 10 minutes. On the clock, on the dot.
On the dot.
Yeah, because you can see how this could be eventually an issue if we don't have the exact time.
It was right at. I thought it was right at 6 minutes. Depends on what time they started the clock. Whether they started the clock I started my clock when So a little bit of discussion on how much is on the clock. All right, let's see if we have a live feed going here.
I'll do a little text.
It's showing up on mine. All right, here we go. So the situation is we are still in the top of the first inning. Have runners at second and third, no outs. One run has scored, and East Coast Sox has made a pitching change during the break. We have the left-handed Jace Dean on the mound, now taking over pitching duties. And there's going to be a first pitch gets back to the backstop, and the second run of the game scores. It's a pretty tough spot for Jace to come into right here, and just need to.
We honestly need.
Just gotta throw
right
some
now.
strikes.
We just need to fill it up right at the moment. Let's see if they can hit.
Got to throw some strikes and use their defense. We've had one hit. There's a chopper to shortstop and a quick throw over. Gets an out.
There.
Run does score. RBI, ground ball.
Kind of new game right here.
Nice play right there. Land Sharpless had a shot at it just out of his reach, and then Bryant Wisdom came in, had to really have a quick transfer to get that ball away, and a nice stretch there by Costin Mahan to get the first out. So, bases are clear now for Jace Dean with one out, but 3 runs have crossed the plate, and there's going to be a hit batter. So needless to say, regardless how the rest of this inning goes, East Coast is going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, we gotta start throwing strikes.
This is kind of the difficult thing about being a home team. Sometimes, you get off to a bad start, you're playing catch up the rest of the game. So
we're gonna have to catch up.
Here we go, Jace, coming right at him. There's a nice strike.
That's a good pitch. Attaboy. Now,
this is a Wildcatters team out of Houston, Texas. They are actually 1-2 in pool play. East Coast is 3-0, the 1 seed right now in our pool, but need to take care of this ball game. Good job there by Huddy, blocking it up. keeping the ball in front of him. The runner does stay at first base. Probably could have taken second base if he had gotten a good jump on the dirt ball there.
You know, Jace has a good move over there. It wouldn't surprise me if you see it here shortly.
Comes to the plate. Oh, and that's going to be a second hit batsman. Catches him in the elbow guard.
Dang, I thought it almost hit him in the face.
So runners at first and second now with one out. Really would like a ground ball right here to see if we could turn a double play and get out of this inning and get the bats going.
Yeah,
Just need Jace to calm down on the mound, and it's definitely been an eventful top of the first inning. Squares to bunt down. Jace comes across and makes a good play to get the lead runner at third base.
that was very good.
Really good. I think the difference there is the bunt.
Good.
The bunt was to the third base side, and Jace being a left-handed pitcher, when he picks that up, he's got the perfect throwing lane to third base. I always like, if I have a left-handed pitcher, I like to bunt the ball down the first base line. Makes it a really tough play on the lefty.
I imagine the coach was wanting that too.
So we record the second out of the inning on the fielder's choice there by Jay Steen. Really good job of fielding his position. And there's a ball lifted into center field, right to A.J. Kramer for the third out. So, top of the first inning is finally over. After a long delay, after several walks and hit batsmen, East Coast Sox will head to the dugout, and it is our turn to step in the batter's box. Let's see if we can get our bats rolling. We'll take a short break. All right, here we go. We're about to start the bottom of the first inning. The East Coast gets their first opportunity to bat. We'll run through the batting order. We have Tucker Chrisman, our second baseman, leading us off. Bryant Wisdom batting second. Reese Parker in the 3-hole. Land Sharpless, the third baseman. Reese Parker is actually our extra hitter, so he's not in the field at this time. But Reese Parker in the 3-hole. Land Sharpless, third baseman, batting fourth. A.J. Kramer, center fielder, batting fifth. Grady Bledsoe, left fielder, batting sixth. Costin Mahan, the first baseman, batting seventh. Sam Ridley, batting eighth, the right fielder. Then you have Hudson McAllister, the catcher. And then you'll have Jace Dean in the 10-hole, the pitcher. So that's the lineup that we will attack this Wildcatters bunch at. They've got a right-handed pitcher who was the the number 2 batter in that inning, Mendoza. So one more little warm-up pitch here from the pitcher and throw down by the catcher. We can get going. This will be Tucker Chrisman, number 55. He's batted in the leadoff spot, I believe, this entire tournament. Done a good job, and see if he can get us started here with some base runners and put together some runs here in the bottom of the first inning to get back into this ball game. Mendoza delivers his first pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball that is well high out of the zone. Chrisman takes that for a ball. 1-0 count. And that's going to be fastball down low into the dirt. So a good start right here for Chrisman, ahead in the count 2-0. And that's going to be 3-0. You expect a take right here.
Yep.
Being down early in this game, 3-0, we need as many base runners as we can. We'll take a walk if we can. That's going to be, that's going to be off the plate, but called a strike.
Oh.
Man. Well off the plate. The catcher pulled it back in for strike 3, and there's ball 4. We'll take that. So he is not. To me, that was 5 balls in a row. To be honest, that was very forgiving right there. And we have a timeout quickly by the Wildcatters head coach coming out to talk to their pitcher, kind of waving off the rest of the infielders that they need to.
He's just trying to calm them down. Just kind of. Now, it'd be nice that they give us a couple walks back. We kind of gave them a few that first inning.
Hey, let's go, Brian. Keep going forward.
So we got Bryant Wisdom, the shortstop, who made a really nice play there in the first inning.
Yeah, he did.
Got Reese Parker on deck.
That was a really good play, actually. Looking back at it, it was kind of slow. Land had to get out of his way.
There's going to be ball 1. That's the same pitch.
Yeah, well, but I'm glad he's not calling the chalk. I mean,
that was definitely on the chalk.
At least be inside the chalk. That's fair.
I agree. So ball 1 to Bryant. And same spot, that's going to be ball 2.
He's the pitcher is just missing outside. If he could, honestly, he needs to be aiming for that inside corner, and he'll probably find it. But I'm not going to tell him that.
And ball 3.
That's 3 in a row in the batter's box.
To be honest, to me that's ball 8 in a row.
Well, it is.
But 3-0, you got to think we got a take signal right here for Bryant. Although he is a very aggressive batter. Ooh, there's the first true strike right down the middle. Looked like a good pitch right there. But still a 3-1 count. You're 1 pitch away from a walk. We'll take as many base runners as they'll give us. The runner does move, and that's going to be a called strike. Chrisman is safe. I think Bryant kind of thought it was ball 4 and started walking towards.
Ooh, we got this little.
The
umpire may have.
They're talking about a possible interference with the batter. There was no contact ever made, but he was crossing the plate in his vision. This is not a call we need to go against us right here.
It's a good case because Bryant thought it was ball 4, which that particular pitch was. It was not as far out as all those other ones. It was close enough.
Yeah, it was inside the chalk, but
yeah, that's right. So
he's headed down to first base as the runner stealing second, and catcher. Oh gosh, they do. So they're going to call Bryant out for interference, and Tucker has to go back to first base. What a bad break right there for the Sox.
Yeah.
Let's go, Reese!
And what's interesting about that is the catcher made a real good throw, even though
it did not. Yeah, it did not interfere with his throw whatsoever. There was no contact made, nothing. So we got Reese Parker, the left-handed batter, takes ball 1 down low. That's one of those just bad luck plays that kind of plagued us. Go! All right, we get a ball, get away from a pick over, and Tucker is going to stop. Coach Malden's holding him up there.
I'm good with that. He might could have made it, but I'm good with that.
Yeah, if this is a 0-0 game, you might push the envelope, but we need all the base runners we can. We don't need to take any unusual chances right here. All right, the pitcher's called timeout. He's come off to try and get some, pour a little water on his hand, which is very unusual. Never seen a pitcher pour water on his hand.
Yeah, I mean, and there's not any mud out there. It's turf.
I don't know what that was exactly about.
Because if it's sweaty, I mean, are you washing sweat off?
Right. I would ask for a towel rather than pour water all over his hand.
Yeah.
So we have Reese Parker with a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and that's ball 2, well out of the zone.
He's kind of having trouble finding the zone.
Yeah, we really need to be patient as much as possible.
I like Reese's.
That's ball 3 down low and away. So you have your first 3 batters have all had a 3-0 count. And unfortunately, Wisdom was unlucky with that. And there's going to be a strike 1 called. 3-1 count now with 1 out and a runner at second base for the Sox.
That's the second time he's thrown a really nice,
really perfect
3-0
counts. Yeah, 3-0 pitch. And swings through that one for strike 2.
Is that a changeup?
May have been.
We got Reese!
Do have full count here for Reese Parker, and you got Land Sharpless on deck here with 1 out. And a pickoff. They had Tucker Chrisman leaning, and he is going to be out on the base pass on the pickoff move. So, unfortunately, there's 2 outs in the inning. 2 unforced outs, unfortunately. Got a pitcher that has had a lot of problems throwing balls across the plate, and we've gifted them 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Reese Parker rips possibly extra base hit. He is going for 2. Throw coming in from right field. Reese Parker slides in safely. Unfortunately, what could have been a RBI double. He slides in a little awkwardly, shaking his right hand.
Here we go, Land!
All right, Sticks, let's go.
Hey, let's get him around right here. Let's go, Land!
Like he might have jammed his right hand just a little bit into the bag when he was sliding. But you could tell Reese was going to go for 2 right off the bat. That was a sharply hit ball down the right field line. So we have Reese at second with 2 out. Go!
Hey, let's go, AJ. Let's get him in right here.
Yeah.
I mean, with a pitcher that was missing the zone that much, it was really a good opportunity to get back and get a few runs back. As we watch an ambulance pull up, maybe something going on the field that's right beside us. Don't know if there's a heat exhaustion situation, but the game behind us, which is the Hoover JV field, looks like they have stopped play and has an ambulance arriving. Have Brad scope that out and see what's what. Jay Steen comes on back to the mound for his second inning of work, and we will take a short break. Here we are for the top of the second inning. Score is Wildcatters 3, East Coast 0. Ball on the field. No pitch. We had a foul ball from the field behind us come flying over on the field right as Jace was making his pitch. So that will be the official in the field called time, so there's no pitch there. So we'll start with a 0-0 count. And that's going to be a foul ball, sharply hit back into the netting. So 0-1 count here for Jace. This is number 1. Last name is I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, to be honest. We'll just go with number 1. Nasra, maybe. Nasra. We'll go with Nasra. Nasra is the left fielder for the Wildcatters. 0-1 count. Jace delivers, and that's ball 1 off the plate. Jace gets set, ready to deliver. And it's going to be off the plate, ball 2. And that's going to be ball 3 up high. So after a first pitch foul ball, we have a 3-1 count. Brad took the little break to go get him a cherry popsicle, looks like.
Luigi's Real Italian Ice. It is a great day for
Good
that.
stuff. And right before Jace delivers what probably would have been ball 4, we have another foul ball onto the field. Official calls time. So Jace gets another opportunity right there.
I'm still not sure who the ambulance is here for.
Maybe somebody that's in the dugout. Or
I couldn't. I walked over there.
And that's going to be a ball ripped into left field for a base. Grady Bledsoe, really good job over there catching the ball as it bounces off the turf. That ball was just an inch or two away from going to the wall and would have been extra base hit, but keeps him to a single. But I'd a lot rather them swing the bats and put the ball into play.
Yeah.
That gives us an opportunity.
Yeah.
if a team just hits the ball and beats you with the bats, that's one thing. But when we're giving them free bases, walking, there's no defense for that. There's a ground ball, a bunt right back. Jakes makes the right decision.
I think he made the right decision.
Yeah, he fielded it clean and pretty quickly. I think Bryant was maybe just a smidge late getting over there, and so Jace didn't want to force the issue. So he gets his out at first base, throwing over to Costin. So 1 out with a runner at second. And that brings up the leadoff batter for the Wildcatters. This is number 27, Fuenmayor, I believe is how you pronounce his name, Fuenmayor. Have some a little bit difficult names. Oh, there's a really good pitch. That's not called a strike.
He's not calling that high curveball.
Man. Yeah, and the last at bat when Land was batting, it was curveball. The one he did call a strike I thought was the highest one of them all. And there's a foul ball straight back off the catcher and then bounced into fair territory, but
Here we go, Sox. Let's go defense.
a good strike there. It's interesting, Brad, you see these other teams that are showing up to play the next game, and little do they know this game is started at least an hour late, so they're gonna have to be waiting around quite a while.
I would head straight back
to the car. Yeah, most teams like to get to the field about an hour before their game was scheduled to start.
It's so hot that they could have an argument to cancel today. I mean, it's that hot.
Well, and there's going to be a ball missed low. Hudson makes a great catch on that to keep the runner at second base and keep that ball from going to the screen. Let's go, Jace. Just need Jace to get comfortable and pepper the zone. Not try and overthrow. And there's a base hit to right field. Get that ball cut off by Mahan in the infield. Runner does move up to third base. So we have back-to-back hits here by the Wildcatters in the inning. No outs, runners on the corners.
We are kind of at an interesting situation here.
Do have time called on the field. Coach Malden coming out to speak to Jace and speak to the infield about strategy right here with runners on the corners, no outs. Got the opposing pitcher, Mendoza, 64, coming up to bat.
Well, hey, look, at least they're good hits, and we didn't walk them. So,
yeah, they earn their stripes, they earn their way on, and when those balls are put into play, that gives us, when the batter's swinging, that gives us 10 opportunities.
well, Jace, he's putting it in there, so now I'm sure
Well, what
he'll start
happened-
mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, what happened with that batter? He fell behind in the count, and he's having to throw a middle pitch, probably, and that batter, leadoff batter, probably one of their best hitters. He did a good job of putting that into right field for a single. We got Mendoza. I believe
He can probably run. So if they turn on up the middle, they need to be ready to let it rip.
There's gonna be a ball one just off the plate. The ball off the plate. We see some action in the Sox bullpen.
Yeah,
It's like
Reese
Reese Parker going out to throw a little bit with Christian Thompson.
The good thing about Reese is, so he had a little arm soreness during high school.
Whoa! There's something you don't see every day. There was a pick off to first. It looked like the runner from third got down the line a little bit, so Costin got a strong arm. He slung it across the diamond to Land.
Land had
Thankfully, it did not get away from Land.
Well, see, no, Land had to. He has these secret soles in his shoes. That,
oh, he does. He can jump higher.
And he got up an extra inch and a half right there, I promise. So, anyway, some good entertainment right there. Kind of hard to see on the at home.
Would have been an incredible out if we could. There's a good pitch there by
Attaboy,
Jay Steen.
Now, what I was saying about Reese is he didn't really pitch. He started on varsity, had a really good season, but he didn't pitch, and then he just kind of started back 3 tournaments ago. So this will be his.
Oh, nice pitch right there. That's a strike. Wow, man, that is a really nice pitch that the official refused to call, and that's what gets these, the fans heated up and the coaches heated up. We saw in the last game the official would not call it on the edge right there, and you had 2 pitchers and a head coach that was ejected from the ball game.
That really did happen.
Yeah, that really happened.
That was the head coach came out wanting to know why the pitcher did a balk, and the umpire thought he was arguing balls and strikes, so kicked him out. And then his son was on the mound, got mad, said something, got kicked out. And the next kid came in and said a very bad word and should get kicked out. Matter of fact, the second pitcher of that game that got kicked out, the dad should have came on the field and drug him off the field. Period.
It was
like
quite.
He dropped the F-bomb on the umpire.
Yeah, good pitch there.
Attaboy. Nice spot. Now the pitch that we didn't get just then, it was definitely inside the chalk. Absolutely. They call that area the river in softball, between the chalk and
the river.
And it was all up in the river.
There's another strike 2.
Attaboy, good spot.
We do have bases loaded, no outs. Unless I've missed one. I'm getting a little.
They've got our infielders back. The middle.
Yeah, middle infielders are back. Looks like Costin's up on the edge of the grass. Land's about even, maybe with the bag.
Land needs to get coached up a little bit. I think he should be up too, right?
Get this one. There's a foul ball, just trying to stay alive. Good piece of hitting right there.
Yeah, that was.
That was probably a ball
It
off
was a
the
ball.
plate, but he just too close to take. But I'm not sure with this particular official, anything's too close to take, really. I'd be taking all day. There's a swing and a miss.
Hey, good pitch, Jace.
Really good job right there getting that out.
Hey, that boy. We needed that.
Big out. Now we have the opportunity to potentially turn a double play and get out of this inning. Would love to leave all these runners stranded like we did in the bottom of the first, leaving the bases stranded. Curious, they have they had first base and third base back right here with.
Yeah, like I'm not.
Am I not mistaken? There's just one out, correct? Am I missing something? I think we're all getting a little delirious right now with this heat.
Yeah, 2, okay.
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 All right, we checked with our statistician, and there are 2 outs. I'm sorry. I forgot the bunt that was right in front of the plate. Yes. Thank you. My daughter beside me reminds me about that. That seemed like that was about an hour ago. So a lot has happened since then. So there is 2 outs. There's a ball off the plate. Really want to see Jace challenge the batter right here, and so we can get this third out and leave these base runners stranded. really be important for the confidence, not only Jace, but the rest of the team in the defense. Oh, there's the ball off the plate, 2-0 count.
He's trying to stay out there, you know.
Yeah, he's staying away from him, but we're just not getting any of those calls. A little bit too far off. Coach is checking with Huddy to see if it was, in fact, off the plate, and it was.
Yeah, it was.
2-0 count. Comes set right here. That was potentially a balk that they missed. And that's fouled off. Jace, if you saw it right there, Brad, Jace came set, and then he shrugged his shoulders like they were, I don't know why he did it, but if I'm a base runner, I'm wanting that balk called, to be honest.
I'm wondering, now I'm looking at the umpire, that one in the field, I'm wondering if he's looking close now. You can slip by the... So he took a deep breath, so that's okay, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you kind
the
of
pitch
pause.
before, he came way up. I mean, he when he came set, his shoulders came up big time. Like he was kind of trying to stretch or something. Like something felt uncomfortable.
See, right then he did it, but it was very subtle, and it looked like he was taking a deep breath. Watch, right? There's his breath.
Yeah, that right there is fine. There's a ball 4, so we do have a walk with the bases loaded. We'll plate a run, the RBI walk. Move the score 4-0 Wildcatters. Here, still early in the ball game, in the top of the first inning. Get some words of encouragement from Joe Caruso, encouraging the defense. There's a nice pitch.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Right here, 2-6.
So we got a left-handed batter, number 9. Big, wide-shouldered body.
Are you got it? Let's go, 2-6.
This is the opposing catcher. This is Cruz. Definitely with a strong catcher's body. Oh! Oh! God! Wow!
Hey, good spot.
No wonder these games take 3 hours. There's a ground ball foul down the right field line.
Hey, good spot. Hey, good pitch right there.
Hey, here we go, Jace. Right here. Let's go.
There's ball off the plate.
Hey, right here, 2-6.
3-2 count. Full count with two outs. Runners will be moving on the pitch. Make a good pitch right here and play some good defense. Runners are moving, and that ball is going to be laced right up the middle, out of the reach. 2 runners will score. Chrisman was able to stop the ball back behind second base, but was very deep into center field. And so 2 runners did score, but Jace did what he had to do right there, throwing a strike and making the batter put the ball into play. That gives us an opportunity, and batter makes a good line drive right up the middle to plate 2 runs to move the score now to 6-0 Wildcatters. And it looks like we will have a pitching change here with Reese Parker coming into the game with runners at first and second and 2 outs. So we will take a short break as Reese gets warmed up. All right, here we go. We've got a pitching change. We have Reese Parker, who got all
looking good in
got
his
all of his
warm-up.
warm-up pitches in, and this is number 22 for the Wildcatters. He is the first baseman.
Hey, here we go, Sox!
Wildcatters did have a courtesy runner for the catcher that had that last 2 RBI hit. There's a. Hey, I tell you what, if we get that call right there, this game would already be a lot shorter.
Yeah, I'm surprised
You know,
we got
gets a strike one call. This
did.
may have been slightly off the plate. It looked like it was low and way to me, but we'll take the strike. There's another fastball. Almost.
that looked good.
That was a really good pitch, right on the black. So an 0-2 count here.
I'm just. The umpire didn't say that we could leave.
We could leave. Yeah. Well, when I made my comment, I turned my head like so he wouldn't know who it was.
I'd look down.
Yeah, I'd made a comment that no wonder these games are 3 hours long when we don't call strikes across the plate.
he said we could leave.
He said we could leave.
I mean,
Ooh, almost a check swing on a
hey,
breaking ball off the plate.
so far the Wildcatters have been very disciplined,
They have.
not swinging at any junk.
East Coast, had an opportunity in the bottom of the first inning to score several runs, and we had some base running errors, and their runners are moving right here. Strike 3, swing and miss. So really good job there by Reese Parker, coming in and getting a strikeout to end the inning, or in the top half of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the second. We'll take a short break as East Coast Sox come in ready to bat and hopefully chip into this lead.
He needs one of those Luigi things, man. Those things are good. I've had 2.
I'm gonna have to get me one.
I'm telling you. This is the day. If you're an adult and you want a popsicle today, those things are good.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey, big inning. Let's go. Big inning.
Let's get it! Here we go, guys. Everybody hit! Let's do it! Go, Costa. Get us going, man!
Now, it's been a long time since I feel like we've seen this pitcher pitch, but
For sure.
he hasn't really thrown a lot of strikes so far.
No, he hasn't. He's thrown a lot of pitches, but not a lot of strikes. We worked our way into giving him some outs and bailing him out there in the last inning with a pickoff on a runner, a batter interference that gave him an out. So 2 of the 3 outs were unforced. Here we have Costin Mahan, first baseman, leading us off here in the bottom of the second as the pitcher gets to wind up. And that's going to be off the plate, ball 1. Need our East Coast batters to be really patient right here. And there's another curveball off the plate. 2-0 count. And there's a ball 3 well off the plate. If that had been a left-handed batter, it would have hit him right in the thigh. So we have a 3-0 count, probably taking right here by Costin. And there's a strike 1 called that the catcher drops and gets away from him. Like we saw in the first inning, this look at base runner.
Sam is a full-grown man. I mean, Costin is too, but I think
There's going to be ball just off the plate.
I mean, Costin and Sam both are really big.
They're both about 6',
14-year-olds.
6'2".
Yeah, they're 6'2", and they're not skinny. Like they're
That's going to be ball
they're strong.
too
man.
high. So if we have another 3-0 count possibly headed our way, we'll take it. Take all the base runners we can possibly get. And that's going to be, that's going to be low. So that 6'2" frame helped him out right there.
Well, unfortunately,
Thought that was a pretty good pitch right there. So we have another 3-0 count.
Fortunately, you did not make the umpire who suggested that you could leave. You haven't made him too upset because he could have called that a strike. There it is again.
Strike 1. Every time he's gotten to a 3-0 count.
And it's like grooved down the middle.
Just a perfect strike right down the middle.
They're warming up the pitcher.
There's ball 4. Almost hit Sam, and glad he didn't wear it. You never want to wear ball 4.
Now, seriously, I think that's the 4th or 5th time that's happened where 3-0, he throws a perfect strike, and then the
Next
5th
one.
pitch is a ball like way out.
The Wildcatters, I did see them sending a pitcher down to the bullpen to warm up. And Coach, he's just taking this moment to. Don't think he's going to be making a pitching change just yet with a big lead like they do have, but he's getting a guy ready to go. I think this is just to burn a little bit of time. So due up for the East Coast Sox, we have Hudson McAllister, the catcher, number 32, that will be in the batter's box, followed by Jace Dean, which Jace Dean will be able to stay in the batting order because even though he was replaced on the mound by Reese was already in the batting order as the extra hitter.
That's
so,
right.
So we have
now Jace
is the extra hitter,
Yeah,
basically.
that's
He reverts to the extra hitter, and Reese Parker is the pitcher of record.
And a good thing about Jace is, I mean, I'm sure if you talk to him, he would rather have those innings back on the mound. But that guy can flat out hit, and he can make a difference.
And there's a hit batter.
Oh, wow.
So Jace Dean will have a big opportunity right here with bases loaded.
No outs.
No outs.
But he needs to be patient too because
True.
This pitcher's all over the place.
Yeah, you don't want to swing at bad pitches.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
But
surprised.
he could tank one out of here, man. Like he's got that power.
I wouldn't be surprised if the catcher or the Wildcatters is asking their guy if they're ready down in the bullpen. He's got a player. You can't see the bullpen from the dugout,
Yeah.
but he's got a player positioned down in left field, giving him some hand signals on whether. Oh, just if Jace doesn't move, I think that's another hit batsman. Jace obviously wants to hit. Got the infielders. The corners are in on the grass. That's going to be another ball, 2-0 count. Got the first baseman and third baseman in. The middle infielders are playing back for a possible double play ball. And that's going to be a called strike. That one was high.
Hey, here you go, Jace.
High and away.
I mean, it wasn't very consistent with what he's been calling.
And that's going to be,
In my opinion, he could have called that
that's
one
a good
over
looking.
the other one.
I'll be very honest. That's a good looking pitch.
So Jace sitting 3-1.
3-1 right here, looking for his pitch to hit. And that's going to be ball 4 off the plate on the inside. Wow.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm talking low.
So Costin does come across to score the first run for East Coast Sox.
I'm talking low because we already have our one infraction, right? With the umpire, so we don't need him to hear us. But he's having trouble establishing exactly where his zone is.
It's all
and
over
so
the place.
But it's mostly tight. It's like it's sporadic, but it's you just kind of want to establish something.
Listen, the most
And we have
go ahead,
sneaking in over our shoulder. We got Joe Caruso here. We asked Joe's opinion of how this ball game is laying out. It's been a very odd ball game. Would you agree, Joe?
It has, but if you've been at 14-year-old baseball games all week like I have, this is very common thread for a 14-year-old baseball game to have complete chaos. At almost every turn, you watch great players make terrible mistakes. Even though they're 14, they learn from that. But
That's true.
I think the biggest thing is the umpire's attitude in our dugout is atrocious.
Wow.
And Jeff Malden, I don't think, has flinched with all his poor comments that he has made in there about the game, about us, about everybody. So, unfortunately, we are taking the brunt of the umpire even in the dugout, but the kids are just kind of ignoring them, and you can't get upset in an umpire when they don't care because you can't hold them accountable to nothing. So we made our peace with it. He's terrible, and we're just going to continue to move forward.
I'm going to get him some fresh watermelon next.
There
next
you
time
go.
he
The
goes.
watermelon does
Hey,
it.
well, the other umpire that left early, man, that dude was hurting. So it was good that he got out of here, and I think that was a blessing, and I think he was just embittered that we're taking forever for the game. And like I said, he's engaged with y'all more than he's engaged with the game.
Well, that was Joe Caruso giving us his thoughts, and he's been on a lot of baseball fields all over, and so he has a lot of experience with good and bad games probably. So he's been here supporting the guys, and has multiple teams here with the East Coast Sox organization here for the WWBA. The Wildcatters have brought on a new pitcher. I'm going to see if I can get his name, number 21.
Are we going to play anytime first?
So number 21. Don't have him on my lineup card. Have to look him up online and see his name. But brings more importantly, regardless who the pitcher is.
We have our lead off at the bat with the bases loaded, no outs.
We've scored
And
one.
we scored our first
one run finally.
So a big hit right here. We're big time back in the game.
Yeah, hey, look, watching.
And I feel like Reese is dialed in. I think this is our chance right here.
We got to get back in this game, put up a crooked number. We're gonna have to try and bite our tongue a little bit.
I'm gonna have to give him some watermelon here and a little bit of fresh cut. I mean, there's nothing better than fresh cut watermelon.
There's a ball lifted. It's gonna be shallow center field. Guys coming on, and it drops. Ball is dropped, and everybody will be safe. Wow.
That was a gift.
That was,
Huge gift.
I mean, that technically goes down as a base hit for Tucker Chrisman, an RBI single, but that's a ball that 99 out of 100 times should be caught by the outfielder.
Man, that thing was in there for an hour.
I'll tell you who really did a good job. Jace Dean kept adding to his lead.
Yeah, they
a lot of base runners would have stayed close to first base, expecting that to be caught, but he kept adding to his lead. He was about halfway point, and he was able to get there.
That was strange. I mean,
very strange, but we'll take it.
Shortstop could have called it.
Oh yeah, the shortstop's playing way behind second base. Goodness.
The center fielder.
Wow.
Hey,
here we go,
Brian. Jump on one right here.
So there's a pitch that the catcher has to reach for, and it's called a strike on the inside corner. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to think here. There's a swing and a miss right there. Foul tip back into.
That was a good pitch to swing at. That was a real good pitch to swing at.
So we have 0-2 count here on the aggressive Bryant Wisdom. Still no outs.
Hey, hard, low and hard, right here, Bryant, low and hard. Really, we need just something. We don't need a pop up. We'll take a fly ball. Sack fly. Oh,
and we have a pop up. Looks like shortstop was camped under it, and out. He did go out into left field. Probably the play he should have made in the previous.
Yeah. Now that one wasn't
ball.
as deep, but
no.
Well.
That one.
So basically, the game's kind of getting back to even. Like we gave them a bunch of, we gave them a bunch of walks. That first inning. All it needs is a big hit right here, and it's on. Just anything. No pop-ups.
Well, I'll tell you, Reese. This is Reese Parker, who's now the pitcher in the game for East Coast. He's been a clutch hitter over the last several games. He had a big RBI hit yesterday that tied the ball game.
Hey, good eye. Attaboy, Reese.
Yeah, I know on Saturday's game, or Sunday's game rather, he had multiple RBIs. Oh, and it takes a strike right down the middle there. We do have Harlem Fuller at third base right now. He came on. I missed that earlier. He came on as a courtesy runner for Hudson McAllister. And there's a ball hit off the first baseman's knee, and they are going to record the out. Man, it's a sharp hit ball down the first baseline off of the first baseman's knee, caromed over to the second baseman. He ends up being a 3-4-3 put out, but it is an RBI for Reese Parker, as brings the game now 6-3 in favor of the Wildcatters. Big opportunity here for Lan Sharpless, third baseman. Strike one called by the official. Not a bad pitch. But a big opportunity, a two-out hit right here could plate a couple of runs and really get East Coast back into this ball game. There's strike two called on the outside half of the plate. Lan Sharpless with the 0-2 count. Pitch coming, and that's going to be down in the dirt. And we've got Jace Dean sprinting to the plate, and he is going to be safe. The ball does get away from the pitcher. Really good read there by Jace Dean. And Tucker Chrisman moves over to third base. So we got a free run right there on a fantastic read in the dirt by Jace Dean. Ball did not get away too far from the catcher, but because he was able to make a immediate reaction. So we've got now have a 6-4 ball game with another runner at 90 feet. There's a swing, big swing and a miss to end the inning, but the East Coast Sox were able to plate 4 runs to tighten this ball game. So we head to the top of the third inning with Wildcatter, the Houston Wildcatters, with a 6-4 lead over the East Coast Sox. We will take a short break.
Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Keep plugging away.
All right, we are about to get started. The players are on the field. They've warmed up. They are waiting, looks like, for an official to come back on the field. Not sure, to be honest, where he has gone. It's frankly been a very unorganized called game, to be honest, in every shape, form, or fashion, whether you talk about the strike zone, whether you talk about just the pace of play. Mercy. So all the players are ready to go. We're waiting on the official that's in the field. I don't know if he went to the bathroom or what. Because he won't call strikes. All right, here we have our official in the field back from his break. We don't know what that was all about, but been very, very confusing turn of events. So here we have Reese Parker comes in with strike one, fouled off back into the netting. This is number 10. Parker comes upset, and there's a strike two called on the corner of the plate. This is number 10. Last name is Hudson. He's the center fielder. He let the ball drop in front of him in the last, and there's a ball in the dirt. So 1-2 count here. I have, during our little break, I've acquired one of these Luigi popsicles that everybody's been raving about. There's a good job. He never made a call, did he? All right, very confusing. I mean, a really great pitch there. It's going to be strike three, but the home plate umpire never made a call whatsoever. But It's going to be out number 1. There's strike 1. Good. Nice pitch there by Reese Parker. Reese has struck out back-to-back batters. There's strike 2 on the corner. 0-2 count. Reese struck out the last batter of the second inning, and then now has struck out his first batter here. And there's just off the plate. Just off the plate. Nice job there. 1-2 count. This is number 12. This is the extra hitter, Welnick. And there's a curveball for a strikeout swing, a very awkward swing by the batter. Just kind of fanned at it a little bit for 2 outs in the inning. Really good job there by Reese coming right after the batter. See if we can get this batter and have our first clean inning of the ball game for either team, frankly. That ball's a miss off the plate. This is number 1, the left fielder for the Wildcatters from my hometown, Houston, Texas. What? Got my sister, my daughter here. There's a swing and a miss for a 1-1 count. My daughter here sitting close to me. She just finished up her Bama Bound experience. Going to be a freshman headed to the University of Alabama, and she came over to support her younger brother playing ball. We have a big shout, Roll Tide, to Anna Kate. She'll be an incoming freshman. Got her schedule all made out today and got her classes. Yeah, one of her classes, it's basically, there's a strike 3 for a great inning by Reese Parker. A strong outing on the mound there for a 3-up, 3-down, 3 strikeouts. That should get the dugout hyped up and ready to go right there. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back and talk about Anna Kate's college schedule as she gets ready for her freshman year at the University of Alabama.
Out of the way, Reese!
Should I go to Chick-fil-A or Jimmy John's? They have new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Okay, here's my schedule.
2 very different.
I know. Okay, here's my schedule. Okay,
Let's go, guys!
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you my days. Okay, Monday. From 9 to 9:50, I have Poli-Sci 203. Then at 1 p.m. I have anthropology. Then at 4, I have public speaking. On Tuesday, I have public speaking at 11. Intro to listening at 2. And then Wednesday, I have Poli-Sci 203 at 9. And anthropology at 3. A big, like an intro class, whatever, at 3. Thursday, I have public speaking at 11. And then I have intro to sushi making at 3:30. Then Friday, I have Poli-Sci 203 at 9. And anthropology at 3.
All right, boys, let's hit. Everybody hitting.
What? Which one should I do? Should I go Jimmy John's or Chick-fil-A? I don't want to go somewhere where I have to go and then get off the place like that.
Okay, here we are, starting off the bottom of the 3rd inning. East Coast just had their best inning in the field there with 3 strikeouts on the arm of Reese Parker. We have A.J. Kramer, the center fielder, left-handed batter, actually a switch hitter, but he's batting in the left-hand batter's box here. Takes ball 1 off the plate as the catcher reaches out for it. Really like to see East Coast continue this momentum that they've taken over. After being down early 6-0, they've come back to make a 6-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Do have our left fielder Grady Bledsoe on deck. Be followed by, so there's a 3-0 count for the Wildcatters pitcher, number 21, Still hadn't got his name. I meant to look it up. And that's going to be strike one call. Very late call by the official.
Still in there?
Yeah. All good.
There's a line drive right up the middle for a hit by A.J. Kramer. Good piece of hitting right there by the left-handed batter. That brings up Grady Bledsoe, the left fielder. He'll be followed by Costa Mahan, who's on deck, who led off the last inning with a walk. Grady came up in the first inning with bases loaded and flew out to, I believe it was center field. Be interesting to see if we get AJ
He go Grady Lowenhart
moving on the
somewhere.
base pass to try and get him in scoring position. He's got a very healthy lead at first base. AJ, I think the pitcher realized the lead he had and stepped off to check him a little bit. I'm really enjoying my Luigi Italian Ice right here.
Not as much of a lead.
And there's a ball behind the batter's head. The lucky thing was there, it didn't clip Grady's bat.
Yeah.
It zoomed right behind his head, and I've seen that many a times where it clipped the bat.
It could have hit the bat and been a bunt.
Been a ball in play.
play.
But luck changes here for the East Coast Sox, and we get a runner to second base now with a 1-0 count to Grady, with no outs here in the inning. And there's a fastball that hit him right between the shoulder blades.
There's zero chance getting out of the way of that.
So we got Costin Mahan,
Mahan?
first baseman, coming up with an opportunity with runners on the base. Runners at first and second with no outs. It's like Grady is ready to go. He's shaking that hit off. We have another timeout by the third baseman, who has come in to talk to the pitcher multiple times. All the infielders are getting together to discuss. I think this is probably just a delay tactic to possibly have another pitcher warming up in the. All right, our conference is now over.
Come on, Costa.
I need to hang this. It's blowing. It's like a heater because it's catching the hot air off the concrete. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm cooler now without it. We had a little fan. We're changing our fan angle. Had a fan that was down on the concrete blowing hot air on us and putting it up in the air. And there's Costin lifting a ball to center field, crushes this ball.
Get out.
Home run! That is a 3-run absolute tank job to straightaway center field for Costin Mahan. Absolutely puts a swing on to give the East Coast Sox the lead now. We could tell off the bat it was a hard hit ball, but that ball just kept carrying absolute straightaway center field for an absolute tank off the big bat of Costin Mahan. Really good job right there.
Oh, man. The wood bat.
The wood bat. And here comes the head coach to possibly make a pitching change, maybe one batter too late.
Is that
Nobody more excited in the complex than his big sister, Anna Kate Mahan, who came over to watch him pitch.
I'm pretty excited too, I ain't gonna lie.
Man, that was a much needed big hit for Costin. I'll be honest, he was a little down in the dumps with his performance yesterday at the plate. And so that was
welcome to baseball.
Welcome. Yeah, it's a game of failure.
It is. It is a hard game, man.
I tell you what, off the bat I knew it was going to be deep, but that ball was high.
Man,
Brad.
it had backspin and it just kept staying
on.
with the look.
And there's ball 2 to Sam Ridley as the off the bat of Costa Mahan. That 3-run bomb gives the East Coast Sox a 7-6 lead. So we've stormed back from being down 6-0 to now. And then Ridley takes ball 3 low. Very patient. Very, very good take right there by the tall lefty.
All right. I have.
Brad is checking the there are no field markings on.
So it's between these 2 light poles. So the field dead center is 370. So that means that ball went beyond that.
Oh yeah, easily.
And
so we have a full count, I believe. Full count to Sam Ridley. Here with still no outs in the inning. Would love to get another base runner on.
hey, Ridley can get into 1-2 now.
There's a swing and miss down the first. Looks like the first baseman will take it himself.
That's the way to hustle. That's the way to run down the line right there.
Hey, keep us rolling right here. Let's go, boys.
All right, so that's the first out of the inning with the unassisted put out by the first baseman. That brings our catcher Hudson McAllister up to bat, who takes ball 1 away. And that's going to be ball 2. A little frustration on both sides here with so the 2-0 count. And there's going to be strike 1. 2-1 count here on the catcher, McAllister. See if we can get a couple more base runners on base and potentially get back to the top of the order here for us. And there's a ball fouled off into the stands. Hit up into the bleachers where there is literally no one sitting on those. You would be as hot as a toaster oven sitting on those bleachers. Most all the fans are down here close to the field with tents set up or tucked away. There's some shade down in the left field line. There's ball. I thought that was ball 4. Is that not ball 4? Yeah, I thought that was ball 4. Maybe that makes it 3-2 now. Lost. I'm telling you, this heat is making everybody lose their minds. And there's ball 4 off the plate. So we do have a base runner. We will have, I believe we'll have Harlem Fuller coming on to be the courtesy runner for Hudson McAllister, the catcher. Here comes the speedy Harlem Fuller. It'll be interesting to see if coach gets him moving. We are going to have a pitching change as the head coach for the Wildcatters comes out. So this will be the 3rd pitcher for the Wildcatters. So East Coast Sox is already on their third pitcher of the game. So we'll take a short break.
Hey guys, keep it rolling. Let's go.
All right, we are ready for action again as the Wildcatters make a pitching change. Got Jace Dean, the lefty, coming up to bat with runners at first and, let's see, just first base. Harlem Fuller, the courtesy runner for Hudson McAllister. The new pitcher for the Wildcatters is number 1, who actually started this game in left field, Nazara, I believe, or I know I'm probably butchering that name. He will come on to pitch.
Hey, let's go, Jace. Keep us rolling, 2-6.
So Jace Dean settles into the batter's box. There's going to be ball 1 high with a strong lefty from Headland, Alabama. And takes ball 2 high again, both breaking balls. Jace is looking for a good pitch right here to square up. And there's one on the inside. Almost nicked him if he stands still. But he backed out of the way of the pitch. 3-0 count. Probably not a green light situation, and he's going to take ball 4 in a row there. 4-pitch walk from the new pitcher. So he puts us back to the top of the order with Tucker Chrisman, with runners at first and second here with 1 out in the inning. Harlem gets his lead at second base, and that's a ball almost got away from the catcher, but makes a really good play to short hop it with the backhand scoop. And there's a good pitch for a strike right down the middle, taken by Tucker Chrisman, the second baseman. He came in 2 or 3 steps and almost got burned over his head. Kind of sounded like a little bit of an awkward sound off the bat. I don't know if that was maybe a cracked bat. At least one for sure. But it goes for the second out of the inning with runners at first and second, and Brian Wisdom, shortstop, coming up to bat with 2 outs. And he takes strike 1, a little elevated in the zone.
Hey, right here, Brian.
And we have a pickoff play, and got Harlem in a pickle right here. See if he can stay in the pickle for a little bit, and moving fast. And he's going to be tagged out for the 3rd out of the inning. The second time East Coast has had a runner picked off at second base in the ballgame. So we will take a short break as we head to the the top of the 4th inning.
Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go.
I didn't even see that one until
And here we go, starting the top of the fourth inning, and a really nice pitch there by Reese Parker for a strike one, 0-1 count, coming off the 3 strikeout inning that he had. This is a important part of the lineup right here. We do have this is the number 10 hole batter, then it'll be the leadoff batter is on deck. So this will be a very, very important. We had some people asking about the time of the game, and there is zero clue of what the time of the game is because we've had so many stops and starts and stops and starts, and so it's really hard to get an idea of who or what the time is. And there's an elevated fastball for a 1-1 count by Reese. And there's going to be a ground ball to first base. Costa Mahan will take that unassisted by himself. Costin, responsible for the 3 RBI home run in the bottom of the last inning to give the Sox the lead, 7-6. So Reese has now retired 5 batters in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And nice strike right there to lead off this leadoff batter. We got one out, and this is the leadoff batter for the Wildcatters. Another really nice breaking pitch there by Reese Parker.
Hi, kid.
Got the batter down 0-2. And another breaking pitch that, just misses.
Just up.
Wow. Not bad, not bad. Good spot right there with a 0-2 count. So that brings us to a 1-2 count for Reese Parker. And a swing and a miss. Really good job there of Hudson catching that ball right down on the turf for the second out of the inning.
Good boy, Reese.
Fantastic job by Parker. Really. And that batter says something to the official. And looks like he has been thrown out of the ball game. Not sure what he possibly have said, and he's got. And now the coach, third base coach has now been thrown out of the game. Wow, so now in the 2 games we have seen here with this umpiring crew, we have now seen 5 individuals thrown out of the game. Coach, as he's leaving the field, instructs his players to keep their mouths closed as much as possible and just play the game hard, which is what you want to see. Whew.
Hey, let's go right here, 2-9. Here we go.
So that 27, that number 27 is the one that was thrown out. He was the starting shortstop for the Wildcatters that got thrown out of the game.
Did you see why I said something?
We have ball 1 here to,
Right here, 2-9. Let's go.
this is number, let's see, is that the home run ball? You pretty sure? Dadgum, that's awesome. And ball 2 right here on the batter. See for a 2-0 count for Reese Parker on the mound with 2 outs here in the inning. Looking to see where this 21 was, I believe, was the first relief pitcher that came in. So I didn't have him in the original lineup, so I'm not sure of his name. Two, back to back. There's a foul ball down the line. Reese Parker makes a acrobatic catch, fields the ball, and that is going to be ball game. East Coast Sox takes the game in one of the longest and shortest hour and 50-minute games that you'll ever see, but it was an hour and 50 minutes have passed in 4 innings, really 3.5 innings of play. So we will take the win, and it wasn't pretty, but we will take it nonetheless. So Reese Parker ends up being the winning pitcher on record, and we have the winning run by Costin Mahan. The 3-run home run gives us the 7-6 come from behind victory for the East Coast Sox. So we will play tomorrow at the Spain Park Sports Complex at 8 o'clock in the morning. Will be our last pool play game as the East Coast Sox moves to 4-0 on the game. It'll be the Old Liners that we will be playing tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So we hope everyone has a great day and stay safe.
Is this done? Did you stop it? Did you stop it though?